What I'd like to talk to you about next is identifying and creating criteria for selecting the right type of advisor. There are millions of financial advisors in the United States. Most of them have passed basic licensing requirements. They may have Series 7, Series 6, Series 65, life and health exams, whole host of other designations. That in and of itself does not mean that that's the person you should fork over your life savings to. Remember, in dealing with matters of finance, you're placing your trust in the hands of another. You're placing all that you've worked for throughout your life in the hands of a professional. And you hope that they do a professional job. What we want to do is give you the advice or guidance to help select the right person, the right team of people to help you maximize your wealth potential. Now, again, I know that the financial media and the advertising firms would have you believe that it's so easy anyone can do it. I know there are national ad campaigns showing a baby in a crib buying and selling stock. If it's that easy, why do most of the people that are self-employed day traders fail financially? To me, it's akin to gambling, okay? And what we want to do is help you create a system where you can build your financial wealth in the confines of a proven model that stood the test of time over decades and even centuries to help you maximize your wealth potential, okay? All financial advisors are not created equal. I'd like to take a minute to talk about some of the best practices in terms of choosing an advisor. I spoke earlier about knowing the difference between a coach and a salesperson. So let's use this analogy for a minute. Do we have any golfers in the room? Okay, great. I'm a golfer as well. Okay, and anyone who's ever played the game of golf knows that it can be a very frustrating game. Very few people wake up, pick up a club for the first time, and are successful enough to make it on the pro tour. It takes years and years of practice, dedication, and lots of frustration to hone your game to the point where you can become successful. So if I pose a question to the room and said, I have two things for you to choose from, I'm going to let you pick one, think about it and think about which you would prefer. Would you rather have a set of golf clubs from anyone who's ever played a round of golf ever, or would you rather have their ability and skill? Okay, it's a rhetorical question, and it's pretty easy if you think about it, right? Most of us, obviously, would definitely prefer to have their ability and skill over the type of clubs that they offer, okay? The same holds true in matters of finance and money making. The goal for people is to maximize our wealth potential. It's very difficult to sit here and listen to someone try to teach you and educate you on matters of finance. It's much more easy to say, tell me which stock to purchase, I will buy it and hope that everything works out well. But again, how is that any different than saying, tell me which horse to put my money on at the racetrack and hopefully I'll win a lot of money and be successful? Okay? Those are financial pipe dreams, that's gambling, and that is not the same as planning effectively. Okay? So what does the financial services industry offer? It offers golf clubs, right? What are these golf clubs? They're stocks, they're bonds, they're mutual funds, they're limited partnerships, they're insurance policies, they're retirement plans, they're college funding strategies and programs. And when you look at these pundits who come on TV, they're there to hawk their wares. They're there to come in to your home and explain to you why they've got a better product, a better golf club than the next guy. Okay? Now think about that. Think back to your golf game, and can you imagine yourself going into the sporting goods store and saying, I want to be a great golfer. What are the best clubs that you have? I want the best clubs because I want to have the same score as Tiger Woods when I play, as Phil Mickelson, as Jack Nicklaus, as all the best guys who have ever played on the pro tour. I want to be as good as them. What clubs do they use? Because those are the clubs I want. Okay? The golf industry is very similar to the financial service industry in that billions of dollars are spent every year on golf clubs. Okay? Everyone's out there looking for a quick fix. And that's another problem with our American culture. We've got very short attention spans and we want quick fixes. Okay? The biggest problem with that is that what works well for one may not work for another. The big variable in the golf equation is your swing. Okay? I would much rather have a good swing than a great set of clubs. I know that most of the pros on the tour can beat me playing with a set of clubs that they purchased from a garage sale. Okay? And it probably goes for most of the people in the room. Okay? So knowing that, it amazes me that when you go to the golf range, I see the same guys there every week hitting the ball with new clubs, hoping that the ball is going to go 5 or 10 yards further. And sometimes it does. But you know what the problem is? The ball goes 10 yards in the wrong direction. okay? 10 yards off to the other fairway, 10 yards further into the woods. That's not an ideal position to be in, okay? And the same thing holds true with your finances. Anyone can tell you, buy these 5 stocks, and they may get lucky with one. They don't tell you when to sell it. They don't tell you how to own it. They don't tell you whether it should be owned by you, jointly with your spouse in a trust, when it should be gifted to your children, whether you should reinvest the dividends in capital gains or take them as cash distributions. They don't offer it within the confines of a plan, and as a result, most people are running around with a lot of pretty good golf clubs or financial products in this giant basket or junk drawer that they have no control over, no organization or coordination. And so what you want to do is find the financial golf pro that can help you organize, coordinate, and integrate all those moving parts into a plan that can help you maximize your wealth potential no matter what the financial markets do. There are firms and programs out there that utilize team-based strategies, who have in-house experts and have the ability to help you maximize your wealth potential by creating true roundtable discussions around your finances, your programs, and who help you to create a coordinated plan. It requires a lot of time, energy, and effort. It requires a dedicated team to help you get from point A to point B, but you can align yourself with firms like this. It requires that you interview with them, that you talk to them, find out specifically how they make their recommendations, what their planning process entails, who's backing up their advisors and their teams, how the teams facilitate and work with internal experts and external experts. Can they provide testimonials from other people that have succeeded with them financially? And can they show that they've got a proven track record to help take people from their current world to an ideal world? And the ultimate goal would be to move towards a perfect world, which, by the way, does not exist. But imagine a world where there are no taxes, no income taxes, no estate taxes. There are little or no fees. The expenses are minimized. You've got cost recovery systems built into your plan. You've insulated yourself from the threat of bankruptcies, creditors, business insolvencies. Your family would be protected in the event of a death or a premature disability. Your business would continue no matter what happens. Think about that world, that perfect world, and then think of where you are currently today. And seek to put yourself in alignment with a company, with a firm, or with an advisor that can take you closer from where you are today to that ideal or perfect world. Knowing in advance that whether it's me or someone else like me, we'll probably never get to the perfect world. But you know there's room for improvement in your finances, and you can get there from point A to point B.